Hey y'all, I am Kadria Sophia, and today I'm going to do a product, well, I guess it's a service review, a subscription review for Curology. Can you guys see? So I have these bumps on my nose. This is the major offender, and then there's smaller ones, and then there's bumps on this side. So I've had these bumps since I was at least in high school. I sweat on my nose. I sweat. My nose is where I sweat. I very rarely sweat anywhere. I mean, it has to be a situation for me to sweat somewhere else. But where I sweat the most is my nose. And I remember I went to see, it was not a dermatologist, it was just a regular doctor. And I asked him about the bumps on my nose, and he was like, oh, if you would just wash your face, then they wouldn't be a problem, ma'am. Because you have oily skin, and it's just trapped oil under those bumps. And so if you'd wash your face, then you wouldn't have those bumps. So from high school to now, so the truth of the matter is, the reason I believe that is because I had suffered from depression, which my form of depression was not washing my face, not showering every day, not doing a whole lot of standard, continual, consistent hygiene upkeep, right? So I believe that that was probably the case. I was like, oh, I probably could just, wash my face and then I won't have these bumps. So after I, resolved my depression and hygiene issues, after I started getting into a habit of showering on a regular basis, washing my face on a regular basis, I was just like, well, maybe because it had been years, because I've come out of the depression. I'm 42 now, and I would say it's taken about, I've actively been working my way out of depression for about 8 years. So I would give myself probably about 3 years, 3 years where I have been habitually keeping my hygiene in a favorable manner, right? So I thought, years of neglect to my hygiene meant that it would take years to rectify the bumps on my nose. And the fun part about these bumps on my nose is during the summer, they swell. Like they swell. And you can like right now, they're pretty tame. They're pretty tame. They're pretty non-inflamed. And they get bigger than this. They get much bigger than this in the summer months. And I used to think it's the summer months. It's because I'm sweating a lot. And, I believed what he said about my oily skin and it being trapped. So throughout the last couple years, I have been doing the nose mask. I've been doing the face mask. I've been, I had bought a thing, the circular thing where you wash your face. And admittedly, they don't swell like they used to swell, but they're still here and they still react to the weather. And so because I'm more focused on my health and my hygiene, I saw a commercial for Curology. And so I was like, you know what? Let me try this Curology, because maybe they'll give me a prescription strength something that I can use to get, because in my mind it's their clogged pores. That's what I'm thinking. In my mind I'm thinking I've clogged pores on my nose and I just need like maybe a prescription strength cleanser or pore clogger. And, that'll be dope. So I set up my profile on Curology, and I go through the questionnaire, and they ask me what, because other than these bumps on my nose, I absolutely do not have a problem with the condition of my skin. I never have, which is why it wasn't a big deal for me when I was lacking my consistent hygiene routines. I never felt like my skin suffered, right? I actually think my skin is in pretty good condition, to be honest with you. I'm not a dermatologist, but for me to look at myself, I do not say to myself, "Oh, I need to do." No, I don't do any of that. So my nose was literally my only issue, and I don't wear makeup other than like sometimes lipstick and sometimes mascara. I might I might get jiggy with some eyeshadow and eyeliner. I love eyeliner, but I had a situation with mascara that put me off of mascara. I used some old mascara and I got an infection in my eyelashes, and that's another thing I'm working to resolve. But I got an infection in my eyelashes, and so now my eyelashes fall out periodically. Like my eyelids will, where the eyelashes are, get inflamed, and I literally just have to pull the eyelashes out, or the irritation, the pain and the irritation. I'm like a low. I think I do have a high pain tolerance, but because I don't like being in pain, it don't take much for me to be like, oh, get these eyelashes out. So I sign up with Curology, and I go through their questionnaire, and the closest I can come to in their questionnaire, like they're asking you what your skin issues are. And I was like, okay, I think it's clogged pores. So I click clogged pores, and I go through the questionnaire, and it gets to the point where they tell you to upload pictures. So I upload the pictures because I want them to see the bumps, and they do the front, side, the other side, and first of all, I believe that this bump, this pimple, came as soon as I ordered the Curology, and I think they sent this pimple to me so that I will feel like I need them. This is what I believe, because I do not normally have pimples, right? But I have been recently washing with witch hazel. I wash my face with witch hazel in the morning, witch hazel at night. I love the smell of witch hazel in the morning. It smells so wonderful. And I really like using witch hazel because it feels like it's cleaning my skin. It's an astringent, but it also doesn't leave me overly dry, because I do have oily skin, and so I do want to get some of that oil off, right? But I don't want to have dry skin. So I normally clean. I just have been cleaning with the witch hazel, and then I let it dry off, and then, the oil just comes and moisturizes my face. I guess that's how oily skin works. So Curology has licensed dermatologists, and they message you on the, do I have a Curology app? No, it messages you on the website, and I was very excited. Very excited. So my dermatologist messaged me back, and she says, before I complete your consultation, you mentioned that your main concern was the bumps on your nose. Thank you. Thank you for acknowledging that that's what I'm here for, right? The most likely type of bump found on the nose of an acne patient is clogged pores. I don't have acne. I'm not an acne patient. She said those flesh-colored bumps on your nose could be from acne. However, there are other types of bumps that may have similar appearance. The most common small skin-colored bump found on the nose, and less commonly elsewhere on the face, is a benign fibrous popule, also called angiofibroma. Very exciting. Very exciting. Usually, they occur as one or several small bumps and are not of any concern. They may be removed to confirm the diagnosis or for cosmetic reasons. I love it because I've spent years doing little things to try to get rid of them, and to know that they not go nowhere, um, it, it brings me a great deal of relief. Now, she did say that there's numerous angiofibromas that can signal a genetic disease. So to be on the safe side, I do recommend seeing an in-person dermatologist for evaluation. A biopsy and microscopic examination may be indicated for an accurate diagnosis. I love it. I love it. Sometimes the diagnosis of these skin lesions offer reassurance. At other times, it guides us to look into the body organs we may not have been concerned about, and we are able to monitor or intervene preventatively. I love it. This cannot be diagnosed through photos in the setting of online telemedicine practice. So, do see a dermatologist in person. So that gave me a huge sense of relief, because I really did think that I was sitting around here with bumps on my nose, swelling and decreasing, based on me being damn dirty and me being depressed for years and not taking care of my skin. So I'm elated to know that these could be either genetic or something else, and I don't need to keep worrying about trying to get rid of them in that regard. So I'm on the lookout for a dermatologist. Their dermatologists are not easy to come by, let me tell you. So I started looking for a dermatologist in my area. I got frustrated and I decided that I don't have to. Being frustrated is no way to look for a doctor, because my energy was totally janky about it. Totally janky. So I just let the universe know that I need a dermatologist that takes my insurance and that can check out what's going on in my nose, so that I know if there's anything else going on in my body, or if these are just bumps that are going to be on my face. And if them being bumps on my face do not bother me in the least. Like, if there's nothing I can do about them, I'm definitely not having surgery to remove them. That's definitely not what I'm going to do. So if I just have to live my life with these little bumps on my nose, then I'm pleased as punch to do so. Now, that being said, I do see some clogged pores on the other areas of your skin. Excuse me? Excuse me, doctor, dermatologist? And our formulas can target that. Let me know if you would like to proceed. So I was like, you know what? Since I'm in this groove, in this hygiene groove, in this, self-improvement groove, in this self-care groove, in this being more focused on my hygiene and my not necessarily my appearance, but more concerned about being more mindful of my health, my overall health. Our skin is our largest organ, and I do care about my skin, and I appreciate that my skin has been phenomenal to me, and I intend to reciprocate the care and consideration that my skin has offered me. I do want to give that back to my skin. So I was like, yeah, let's keep it going, right? Let's keep it going. So they sent me a cleaner, a moisturizer, and some tree tin something else. Tree tin sun. When I tell you, I am not at all going to use these products. It's just too much. It's just too much. So as much as I appreciate the diagnosis, but I'm definitely not interested in the products. Much success to us all.